Ladies and gentlemen, we often hear people say, follow your dreams. But how many of us truly understand what that means? Dreams are not just fleeting thoughts or random imaginations. Dreams are the blueprint of your unlived life, the version of you that exists in possibility, in potential, and in purpose. They are not distractions from reality. They are your reality waiting to be realized. Dreams are far more than idle thoughts or random images we conjure up in our sleep. They are powerful reflections of the life we have not yet lived. A life that exists beyond our present circumstances and limitations. When we dream, whether consciously or subconsciously, we tap into a deeper layer of our identity, one that imagines us at our best, most fulfilled, and most aligned with our true calling. These dreams do not emerge from nowhere. They are rooted in our passions, curiosities, and values. They represent the silent wishes we carry, the goals we hesitate to say aloud, and the paths we long to explore but often fear to tread. Every dream, no matter how grand or modest, is a mirror showing us who we could be if we allowed ourselves to fully become. Many people dismiss their dreams as unrealistic or too distant from reality. Yet, if we look closely, these very dreams often outline a future that we secretly believe is possible. If only the right opportunities came along, if only we were brave enough, that version of life, the one we haven't lived yet, holds the keys to our deepest joy and satisfaction. It's a version where our talents are used to their fullest. Our passions are not sidelined and our decisions aligned with our core values. The unlived life doesn't mean abandoning our responsibilities or escaping reality. Instead, it challenges us to reshape our current life to be more meaningful and true to who we really are. Ignoring that version of ourselves is to deny the most authentic parts of our identity. Often, we find ourselves trapped in routines, stuck in jobs or lifestyles that feel safe but unfulfilling. While we go through the motions of daily life, there's a part of us, sometimes quietly, sometimes urgently, that wonders, what if? What if I followed that passion I buried years ago? What if I pursued the business idea that keeps returning to my mind? What if I finally said yes to the life I imagined? These questions don't haunt us for no reason. They are signals pointing toward the unlived life, urging us to explore what we're truly capable of. Dreams act as inner compasses, always pointing toward a direction of growth, passion, and authenticity. They remind us that life doesn't have to be limited to what we see in front of us today. To truly honor our dreams is to recognize them as parts of ourselves waiting to be awakened. They are not silly or impractical, they are deeply personal messages from within, urging us to expand and evolve. That unlived life, the one filled with meaning, creativity, adventure, and purpose, is not as far away as we imagine. But it requires us to be courageous enough to admit that we want more and that we are capable of more. We must listen carefully to our dreams, no matter how unconventional they may seem, because they are the language of our potential speaking to us. The dreamer within us never truly sleeps. It waits for us to give it permission to live. Many people falsely believe that the main reason dreams go unfulfilled is a lack of ability or resources. However, in reality, what most often holds people back is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. These fears quietly erode our confidence and keep us rooted in places that feel safe but uninspiring. Instead of taking the first step toward our dreams, we hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. That hesitation turns into weeks, months, and even years of delay. Over time, what was once a burning dream becomes a distant memory, buried beneath layers of self-doubt and hesitation. Doubt is another powerful force that keeps people from pursuing the life they truly want. It whispers in our ears that we are not ready, not skilled enough, or not deserving. Doubt convinces us that everyone else is more capable, more prepared, or more worthy of success. It tricks us into comparing our behind-the-scenes struggles to others' highlight reels, which only deepens our insecurity. We start to believe that dreaming big is unrealistic and that mediocrity is safe. In truth, doubt has crushed more dreams than failure ever could. Failure teaches. Societal pressure adds another complex layer to this struggle. From a young age, we are conditioned to follow a certain path, one that is deemed acceptable, respectable, and secure. We are often encouraged to choose stability over passion, conformity over individuality. The moment our dreams deviate from society's expectations, we face resistance from parents, teachers, peers, and even our own inner critic. This pressure forces many people to abandon what they truly want in favor of what they are told they should want. Dreams are sacrificed at the altar of approval, leaving us with a life that looks successful on the outside but feels empty within. It's important to understand that talent or capability is rarely the issue. Most people have within them the skills or potential needed to pursue their dreams. The real challenge lies in overcoming the invisible walls built by fear, doubt, and societal expectations. These barriers are not external. They exist in the mind, and they grow stronger the longer they are left unchallenged. To pursue our dreams, we must first recognize these internal forces for what they are. Illusions that cloud our vision and limit our growth. The path to our dreams is not blocked by a lack of ability, but by the belief that we are not enough. Every dream you have is not random. It's a personal message from a version of yourself that sees further than your present self can. Dreams are not accidental. They are invitations from your future, calling you to step into a life that aligns with your purpose and passion. When we experience a persistent dream, it is our inner voice trying to break through the noise of daily life, offering clarity and direction. These dreams often feel inspiring or even haunting because they are deeply tied to who we are at our core. They reveal possibilities we might not see with our logical mind, but can feel with our intuition. This idea of your future self guiding you is powerful. It suggests that within you already exists a version of yourself that knows what you are capable of becoming. Your dreams serve as a bridge between who you are now and who you could be. They illuminate paths that lead to growth, fulfillment, and contribution. While your present self might be clouded by fear or uncertainty, your dreams are free of limitation. They show you what is possible before you fully believe it yourself. They are the whispers of your potential, urging you to take action. Too often we ignore these messages or chalk them up to fantasy, believing that we are being unrealistic. But what if these dreams are showing us the most real part of ourselves, the version we've yet to express? Instead of dismissing them, we should learn to listen. What excites you, energizes you, or fills you with wonder is not a coincidence. It is your future self pulling you forward. It is trying to show you the work the lifestyle, the relationships, or the environment where you will thrive. When we ignore these dreams, we disconnect from that future and risk living a life of quiet dissatisfaction. Listening to your dreams requires courage, trust, and a willingness to step into the unknown. It means choosing faith over fear and alignment over approval. It means believing that the life calling to you is not just wishful thinking, but a roadmap laid out by your own inner wisdom. Every step you take toward your dream, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you are meant to live. These inner messages will keep returning, sometimes louder, sometimes softer, until you answer, because they are not just possibilities, they are the seeds of your destiny, waiting to grow. Before any great achievement ever materialized, it began as a vision, a dream born in the mind of someone bold enough to imagine a different reality. Whether it was the invention of the light bulb, the founding of a company, the creation of a timeless piece of art, or the start of a global movement, each milestone started with someone daring to dream. The dream came before the action. The belief came before the plan. When people allow themselves to dream, they tap into the infinite source of creativity and innovation that lies within the human spirit. It is this initial act of dreaming that sets in motion a series of events that can lead to transformation, not just for the dreamer, but for the world around them. Dreams carry the blueprint of what could be, serving as the first draft of any meaningful endeavor. Without that blueprint, actions lack direction and goals become hollow. Dreaming allows individuals to reach beyond the constraints of their current environment and circumstances. It plants a seed that, with effort and resilience, can grow into something extraordinary. Those who achieve lasting success often trace their journey back to a single dream. One moment when they saw something the world did not yet believe in. That dream gave them purpose, and that purpose gave them the strength to persist. The significance of a dream lies not only in what it promises, but in how it fuels determination. When someone dreams of a better future, they find motivation to push through failures, overcome limitations, and keep striving even when others doubt them. The dream acts like a compass, always pointing in the direction of growth and fulfillment. It sustains people through setbacks and keeps them focused when distractions threaten to derail them. In this way, the dream becomes more than a thought, it becomes a driving force, a foundation for legacy and impact. Even the most groundbreaking changes in history can be traced back to a moment of quiet dreaming. It could be a thought scribbled in a notebook, a vision seen in a moment of stillness, or a possibility felt deep within the heart. That moment may seem small, even insignificant at the time, but it holds the potential to spark a chain reaction of purpose-driven action. When someone takes their dreams seriously, they commit to bringing something new into the world, and that is the beginning of all success. The act of dreaming is therefore not passive. It is the birth of possibility and the root of all meaningful achievement. It's easy to think of dreams as purely personal aspirations, something we pursue for our own fulfillment or success. But many dreams are far more than that. Some dreams, when pursued, have the potential to uplift others, solve real-world problems, or create something that impacts lives far beyond the dreamer. A teacher's dream to educate can transform generations. An entrepreneur's dream to innovate can change how society functions. A writer's dream to tell a story can heal hearts or ignite movements. In this way, dreams serve as powerful tools for collective progress. They are not selfish. They are necessary. When you choose to pursue your dream, you are not just improving your own life. You may be providing something essential for someone else. Your dream may be the solution someone is waiting for, the message someone needs to hear, or the spark that inspires others to chase their own aspirations. The world evolves because every step you take toward your dream creates a ripple effect of courage and creativity for those around you. Sometimes people hold back from pursuing their dreams because they feel their impact may be too small. But we must remember that even a single act of courage or innovation can change someone's path. A small business can uplift a community. A local initiative can address a global issue in its early stages. A simple invention can save lives. Dreams are not measured by their scale but by their sincerity and impact. When pursued with integrity and persistence, they can spark transformation, not just within the dreamer, but within the culture, environment, and society they touch. To recognize the greater purpose of your dream is to understand that you are not dreaming alone. You are participating in a larger ecosystem of human growth, empathy, and possibility. Your journey toward your goal will serve as a silent example to others, proving that it is possible to create meaning and value from a personal vision. And when your dream reaches someone else, perhaps a stranger you will never meet, and gives them hope, comfort, or a new idea, then your dream has fulfilled a higher role. Dreams are not selfish desires. They're seeds of collective transformation planted by the hands of individual courage. One of the most common emotions people experience later in life is regret. Not necessarily because of what they did, but because of what they never dared to do. The pain of unattempted dreams often outweighs the sting of failure. When you try and fail, you gain knowledge, experience, and often unexpected growth. But when you never try, all you are left with are what ifs and what could have beens. Regret grows stronger over time because deep down, we know we didn't give ourselves a chance. We ignore our dreams, not because we couldn't achieve them, but because we chose safety over the unknown. Perfectionism is often the enemy of action. Many people delay starting because they want the conditions to be just right. The perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect version of themselves. But life really offers perfect conditions. Waiting for perfection is often a disguised form of procrastination rooted in fear. Taking action, even in imperfect circumstances, is what truly matters. It is better to take small, flawed steps than to stand still with perfect intention. Progress is built on movement, not on theory. Dreams become real only when they are acted upon. Failure is often misunderstood. In reality, failure is a teacher, a necessary part of the journey towards success. Every setback holds a lesson. Every mistake builds resilience. Those who fear failure tend to avoid risk, but without risk, there's no reward. Embracing failure as part of the process allows us to grow braver and wiser. People who achieve their dreams rarely do so without falling several times along the way. What sets them apart is not their perfection, but their persistence. They learn, adjust, and keep moving forward That is the true measure of courage. Inaction, on the other hand, offers no growth. It keeps you in a cycle of repetition where the dream stays a thought rather than a lived reality. When you reflect on your life, the things you didn't pursue will echo louder than the things you tried and failed. That's because regret is the voice of the dream that never had a chance to speak. Action, no matter how small, gives your dreams a voice. It gives you the chance to live fully and authentically without the weight of wondering what might have been if only you had tried. Stepping into your dream is never easy. It involves walking away from the familiar and entering a space filled with unpredictability. There is no guarantee of success, no clear roadmap, and often no applause at the beginning. That uncertainty can be intimidating, but it is also what makes the journey so meaningful. Every risk you take in pursuit of your dream stretches you beyond your comfort zone, helping you discover strengths and abilities you never knew you had. Without risk, you remain confined to the known, and in that space, growth is limited. People who live their dreams are not fearless. They simply choose to act in spite of fear. They understand that uncertainty is not a sign to stop, but a signal that they are moving towards something important. When you risk something for your dream, your time, energy, resources, or even reputation, you are making an investment in your future self. You are declaring that your unlived life is worth exploring, that your vision is worth pursuing. Each step you take in the unknown is a step away from regret and toward fulfillment. Living your dream often means facing criticism, rejection, and even isolation. People may not understand your vision, and you may find yourself walking a path that few have walked before. But that is the nature of dreaming. It is not about following others. It is about forging your own way. The discomfort of the journey is temporary, but the satisfaction of having lived life on your terms lasts forever. You'll look back not with regret, but with pride, knowing you were brave enough to try. Risk and uncertainty are not barriers. They are the gateway to transformation. The life you want, the person you are capable of becoming, exists on the other side of those challenges. Your unlived life is not waiting in the shadows of certainty and comfort. It is calling you from the edge of the unknown. To answer that call, you must be willing to risk who you are today for who you might become tomorrow. It is in that courageous leap that your dream begins to take form, not just in your imagination, but in the real world. So I urge you today, stop waiting for the perfect time, stop silencing the voice within, and stop settling for a life that doesn't set your soul on fire. Your dreams are not illusions, they are instructions from your heart, guiding you to become the person you were always meant to be. Let them lead you. Let them challenge you. Let them change you. Because the saddest thing isn't a dream that didn't come true. It's a dream that was never pursued. Don't let your unlived life remain a ghost in your imagination. Breathe life into it with action, with courage, with belief. The future is not written yet. It's waiting for you to pick up the pen. Dare to live the life that's been calling you all along. Your dream is not just a possibility, it's your purpose. And it's time to live it. Thank you.